Innovative volunteerism is a mindset change for all of us.
Have you ever thought about your usefulness as a human being? Last time I spoke about someone supported us when we were giving birth. Someone birthed us. But today I'm going to talk about your usefulness as a human being, because sometimes we forget our role and only think about someone else's role to play to make our life easier, without us thinking what we ourselves as individuals can play, the part we can play to also make other people's life easier. So the title of my discussion today is The Chain Reaction of Our Usefulness. If you are useful, I'm useful. We are two, another person is useful. We're three, then everybody is useful. Then we're talking about over 7 billion people in the world who will be useful. Then the world will become a very better place. And more so in the African continent, we're talking about over 1.3 billion citizens who will be useful. Then Africa will become a better place. But these are realistic issues that need to be spoken without any fear of contradiction, because the reality is that if we are not useful, we cannot solve problems. And as human beings, our role is to be useful, because the purpose of life is to be useful. And why I'm discussing this topic today is because what we see quite often is blame game. And the people who blame everybody except themselves. So what is the premise, what is the thesis that actually validates this kind of behavior? I think it's bad behavior. I think it's bad attitude. And that's why we have to debunk it today. I have to debunk it by doing 4 things. The first is that each and every one of us must answer the question, what am I useful for? And the answer is universal. Everyone should be useful in turning a challenge into an opportunity to better other people's lives beyond themselves and their immediate family. No matter what you do today, whether you are in the private sector or in government or international development, your role in whatever thing you do should be to ensure that that mother's life in the village can turn from the current suffering life she is facing today to one in which she can be able to put food on the table, to a life of prosperity, that a kid can be able to have light to read and go to school, that the mother can be able to move away from using charcoal that not only affects her lungs, but actually is killing over 700,000 citizens in the continent every year because of indoor pollution. These women have not committed any crime. These young children have not committed any. The only crime they've committed is cooking food, but unfortunately using the wrong fuel. Can that inspire you as an individual to think how you can turn waste to fuel briquettes? This needs only effort to be able to retool your skill. And that is part of your usefulness. Usefulness needs effort. But to sit fold your arms and complain and blame people that they are not doing anything, without asking yourself, what are you doing? You are part of the problem. And that takes me to my second point, which is authenticity. We are not authentic. We are not authentic. Authenticity is not just about ranting. It's about recognition and doing that which you strongly believe that it is right. And what is right is touching the life of a mother in a village. What is right is helping that mother to be able to ensure that what she grows, she doesn't lose it, because you can be able to retool your skill and develop a tool, a climate action tool, like a simple solar dryer that can help reverse that post-harvest losses, put more food on the table, put more money in more pockets in these communities. So authenticity is also realization of reality. That the fact that we are losing $48 billion US each and every day in the African continent as a result of post-harvest losses because of the inefficiencies in the agro-value chain. The solutions can be devised by us. And to devise those solutions, it's when we admit that we must be useful. And that usefulness will entail us retooling our skills to be able to ensure that we devise this solution. Whether it is devising fuel briquettes by turning waste, agricultural waste, or using local material to devise solar dryer as young people are doing through the spirit of innovative volunteerism. And that takes me to the third point. You cannot be useful when you focus on negativity. Negative energy drains. and demotivates. Positive energy inspires and ushers millions of people to action. There is power in words that inspires. There is power in positive actions that solve problems. And that inspires. And an inspired and a passionate human being is unstoppable. People need inspiration and motivation. When you look across the continent, what I've learned is that the young people are not necessarily always looking for money. It's because we've made them to think that money is the only way out. But when you give them motivation and inspiration and make them know that they are the ones they need, you'll be surprised to see the ingenuity that comes out of these young people. We're seeing this through innovative volunteerism, where young people graduating from universities are now creating opportunities by turning challenges to opportunities. They're creating opportunities by leveraging on climate action solutions, by retooling their skills and saying, I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem, to drive climate action, but drive it in a way that drives socio-economic opportunities for our mothers in communities. That is what we need to do. That's usefulness. And that takes me to the last point, which is this. People flock towards value. And value is not inherited. Value is built. And value is not given. Value is acquired. And value needs efforts. And effort means you must use your two hands. Use your two hands. Destinies will never be achieved if you do not work towards them. Prophecies will die if effort is not put. What is my point? Without effort, humility, self-discipline, obedience, we might not be able to actually achieve our true potential, because potential alone means nothing. Potential needs effort to be turned to reality, and that's where we must be. Become useful and achieve your potential. Thank you.
Let's embrace innovative volunteerism. Ah ouais, let's go.